Hi there, BookTube! My name is Christina and today I will try not to rant too much about this book. Today I'm here for a honest review of The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill. This book was given to me by my friend just because she really needed a second opinion on it, and now I can definitely get why she was wanting to have a second opinion. So this is a retelling of The Little Mermaid. We're following our main protagonist, the Little Mermaid herself, from an age of 15 till pretty much the consequences of her choice to go on Earth. And yeah, we're following the basic story of The Little Mermaid, the classical one, not the Disney version. So if you're expecting to see jolly fishes singing songs, this is not for you. This follows more like a darker path. And in this book we follow the protagonist from the moment when she decides to break the surface, because every mermaid at the age of 15 and mermaid, all the merfolks are able to break the surface at the age of 15 to see what's out there and pretty much get back to their normal life. But for our main protagonist, getting to the Earth is so much more important, because her mother went missing on Earth. Someone captured her, some tells that she was murdered, some tells that she was just captured, and our main protagonist wants really to discover what happened to her, if her mother is still alive, and she's just fascinated by everything that's Earth related. She is the youngest daughter of the Sea King, and so she's a princess, and someone will probably think that she has the sweetest life, but it's not like that at all, because unfortunately in this book the society of merfolks are all male driven, and this means that all of the mermaids are supposed to be just pretty and quiet and have no education whatsoever, to have no ideas, no opinions, to just be beautiful and yeah, like amazing objects to be shown to the public. And she's treated like that by her father, who is the biggest and not such a kind man, let's call him like that, because I don't want to be rude here on my channel, but you may get the idea. I mean, he's horrible, he's possessive, he's aggressive, he's just and this is my main feeling about this whole book. It's because I hated everyone in this book, like from the first till the last character. There were just two characters that I've not hated that much, and one of them was the sea witch and the other one was a secondary background kind of character who just appeared a couple of times, and he wasn't so horrible, probably because he almost never spoke. So that tells you something. This is not a horrible book in my opinion as an overall, but I do believe that even if it had a very nice premise, something wrong went in the way in which it was advertised. I think that this is my main issue with this book, because unfortunately it was advertised as a feminist retelling, and let me tell you, this is everything you want, but it's not feminist whatsoever. And this is very important, because in this book I may understand why someone may think that it's feminist, but it's completely not, and it's not okay to tell otherwise. Just because, yes, we follow a female protagonist, yes, she lives in a hugely and horribly structured patriarchy, and this is true, and she has a different kind of opinion, and she tries to break free from that kind of situation and that kind of society. But this book doesn't have any kind of feminist message, because setting a story in a world dominated by men doesn't make a book automatically feminist. The overall setting of this book is structured in such a way that you are shown in every possible way that just a patriarchy and a male-driven world is not okay. And that's fine, but that's not enough to define a book feminist. In order to be feminist, a story, a book, needs to show the growth of a character. It needs to show the empowerment of women. It needs to show that male and female are equal, and this is completely missing here. They are equal, and both of them are important in the same kind of way. And at the end of the story, there needs to be something that tells you that not all men are awful, not all women are victims and are perfect, and moreover, that support and understanding are so important, but nothing of this was inside this book. And that's my issue with it. I mean, it's a nice retelling, and I loved the idea that somehow there was a different, like, kind of reason for the Little Mermaid, except for the mere curiosity to visit Earth. She was really, at some point, she was really driven to do something just because it was important to her and there was a meaning behind her actions. But then from mid of the book, everything just disappears. And I've heard and read so many reviews about this book, and some of them told, for example, that this book is horrible because of some of the things that the author says about like the shape of a woman's body. And here I have to tell you, yes, there are some sentences that are very harsh and very horrible to hear, but it is obvious, at least for me it was obvious, that those were not the words of the author. Those were words of the characters that had a different mindset. She was trying to show us something from outside. So I don't think that we need to blame the book for that, because we need to just consider that the author is trying to show us that those things are not okay. She is not like trying to condone them. And this is about that part. Then something again important is that even if we have an insta-love, an absurd kind of insta-love in these books, she addresses it and she let us know that it's not okay and it's strange and there are consequences to these kind of choices. But the thing that I cannot stand is the fact that at the end of this whole book, at least in my opinion, the main character had almost no growth, and all of the final actions were just meaningless because there weren't a real resolution, a moment in which all of the characters were able to realize what was right and what was wrong. It was somehow rushed, and I don't want to tell you anything more because I don't want to spoil the story of the book, but for me it's very important that this kind of message just goes by. It's not a feminist retelling. It is a retelling. It shows you how horrible a society that is completely a patriarchy can be, and we live in a world that in some countries is completely a patriarchy and in some others it's so and so. We're far from equality in so many countries, pretty much in all of them to be true, but here it really stands out and it shows all of the faults of this kind of society, but it's not feminist. There is not the least, the smallest kind of support among female characters. There is no resolution to the problem, and the only solution is like vengeance. Everyone just seeks vengeance for pointless reasons sometimes, and I don't know, I was just so bitter on the end of it. I cannot tell you that I dislike this book because it's not true. I think that when a book leaves me with so many thoughts and with so many emotions, I was literally shaking from anger at some points, then it's an important read. And there are some amazing quotes in here. Maybe I will make a video with the quotes from this book because they're very relevant. And those quotes may be considered feminist, but not the whole story. At least for me, not at all. But then if you have read this book, if you have some different opinions, please let me know down below. I would love to hear them out and to know what your thoughts about it were. And yeah, this is it for today. I hope that I wasn't too angry and too angsty about it, but those were my honest opinions about this book. So sorry if it's your favorite book. I'm not trying to drag it down, just my honest opinion. And I will see you very soon in my next video, and up till then, ciao, bye.